Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to another 10 Dog podcast. Again, no video for this one. This is just me talking to you the way things used to be. Again, as you'll be able to hear this slight mumble moan in the background. It's my engine because I'm on my way to see my parents. Still. Now, I've just listened to Torchwood. Yes, sorry, I've just spent like the last, hour listening to Dog Hop, which I think is release number 76. Now, this is the point where I would normally read you the synopsis and say who it was written by. My short-term memory is completely shot, so I'm trying to concentrate on everyday living. So here we are, is me from a completely different time with a completely different soundscape, reading the synopsis and seeing who the authors are. I know there's two of them. Andy Davidson has stumbled across the last proper pub in Cardiff. Sticky carpets, cut glass mirrors, eccentric regulars, and absolutely no food. He gets chatting to the bar manager, Nia, who has a strange tale to tell, a tale about bizarre experiments on the local dog population, about booze-hounds transplanted into real hounds. And the weirdest thing is, Andy might be starting to believe her. Right, this is me back again, back in the car, with the recorder strapped, as always, to the sunshade. So, Dog Hop. It's an odd one. I mean, it's good. I'll start off by saying it's good. Performances, as always, superb. I do really want to write a Torchwood with Sergeant Andy in it. I mean, I've been thinking about one. Obviously, no one will ever ask me to write a Torchwood, but that's beside the point. Every single idea I have for Big Finish is almost always a Torchwood. What does that say about me? It means I listen to a lot of Torchwood and really like them. Anyway, what I'm saying is, this is an incredibly good story. It finishes quickly, abruptly, in order to make you go, oh, okay. And that's fine. It genuinely is fine. It's not a problem. It leads you going, right, how do they solve that? It's not the Italian Job where, you sit around and you have to figure out how they can get away with the gold and the swinging over the edge. It can be rectified, but that's left to your imagination. It's very sinister. It's going to stay with you for a while because it does that. And that's a very clever and very brave bit of writing. They don't just go, oh yeah, this is how we solved the problem. They go, whoop, and then stop. And you're left afterwards with this sort of mental taste in your mouth, going, oh, it's lovely. It's a genuinely lovely bit of Torchwood, mainly because it's not a big story. It's not a massive, terrifying story. It starts with Sergeant Andy putting his foot through an old rotten fence, going into a pub, finding a pub that he quite likes, with people inside the pub that he quite likes. They're oldie worldy. He starts making connections. It's the sort of thing you just don't get in any other type of Torchwood. The real feel of a Wales that isn't there anymore. It's nice. It feels like it would happen. And what happens when ordinary, everyday people are confronted by an an absolutely impossible situation? Beautifully written, beautifully constructed as well. And that's always neglected when it comes to writers. They're always like, oh yes, I did the characters particularly well. Oh yes, Structure. It comes down to structure so much more than you think. You need to lay the seeds, the development. You can't introduce things too early or too late. You've got to be subtle about clues. You've got to introduce these things. Now, some people just do it naturally. Some people need a lot of work. This thing just felt so organic and so genuinely real. It's got hints of a certain Lovecraft story, but you know what? Stories like this, they make sense. They're referenced here, and I don't want to say any more than that. Genuinely liked it. Great release. So, as I said, there isn't a video version of this podcast because it's me in a car, and I'm not going to film myself while driving because I'm not an idiot. Safety first. Definitely safety first. Here's the trailer, and I'll speak to you all very soon, possibly about Luther Arkwright? I think so. Until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood, Dog Hop.
Okay, I want to tell you something. Pinky swear you won't laugh or take the piss, or you can just head off now.
All right, okay.
So, I think Rolo has dog hopped.
Excuse me?
Rolo and Cole? I think they dog hopped.
You're saying words, but I have literally no idea what they mean.
Cole and the dog? I think they're trading places when no one's looking. Seriously, I don't know. It's like there's something inside him, something animal.
Listen, I didn't want to do this on the machine, but they found a body, washed up in Cardiff Bay. It's Tony. I'm so sorry to tell you this.
Oh, come along, Becky, Lucy, David. Mummy's got salad for tea.
Big Finish. For the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.